Hey, Michael, how's the shoulder?
Well, let me tell you, the fractured bone is a real thing. But I'm getting better.
That's good.
But you know what's even more important?
What's that?
We are still headed to Kentucky.
That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, September 26th to the 28th, we are going to Bourbon Country Burn, or what is bourbon-country-burn.com. You can still register. We have a campsite. We have official cycling men and women of leisure cornhole boards.
Oh, yes. We'll be using those. And we'll be hanging out by the fire. We'll be playing cornhole. We'll be drinking lots of bourbon. We'll be tasting a lot of bourbon. It's going to be a great weekend. So if you want to, come on out and join us. Oh, I think we're going to ride bikes sometime too, aren't we?
I hope so. I hope so. I have to tell my wife, when I pack the bike at least.
You got to make it look good.
That's right.
Well, it's time for Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure, the podcast for cyclists who understand that riding is not just about getting to the destination, but the experience along the way. Now, here are the original Cycling Men of Leisure, Adam and Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for your favorite gentleman, the Cycling Men of Leisure Road Adventures, our podcast, myself and my good friend, Mr. Michael Sharp.
Thank you, Adam. Wow, that's you could be a carnival barker.
Well, Sunday. The
Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, yeah. Monster Truck Jam.
That's right.
I thought I would do something a little different today. But how you been, sir?
You know, I've been fine. We're not going to discuss the shoulder because that hasn't changed. But things have been good. You know, we've had the first week and a half of high school here. And I got the question today. Hey, Dad, do you think maybe this weekend we could try a little driving? So, I think we can. You know, it's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, A, she wants to drive. That's good. B, her driving is going to give her freedom. And I mean, like I said, I live in a small 5,000 people. You know, you can get from one side of town to the other in less than 5 minutes. That would free up a lot of my time, just, running the little things that I do for her and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, hey, run down to the store or whatever. So there's that. But then there, obviously there's a high schooler in my vehicle out on the road driving that I'm responsible for. So,
this is totally going to take the show to like this like way deep thing. But all my coworkers,
Adam's bringing it up, so we kind of expect that.
Well, yeah, of course. But listen, you know that Life 360?
Yes.
Just really saw an interesting article that how when it comes up with the notifications and do you agree and do you know what I just learned about Life 360?
I had no idea.
You can look this up. This is not propaganda. They directly report to insurance companies. My point on that is thinking about your young lady about to drive. Do not allow Life 360, bro.
I don't think that's going to be a problem because I've never really used it.
Okay.
So, I'm familiar with it. I don't really use it, but that's interesting.
Yeah. So I got turned on from an employee and said, "Hey, do you use Life 360?" And I said, "No, I don't have kids." And they said, "Oh yeah, well you probably wouldn't use it." And they were like, "Did you know?" And I was like, And it was one of those things where when someone told me something, I went back to my desk and searched it up.
Checked
and
it out.
Sure enough, they report to the conglomerate that owns State Farm and everything. So I was like, wow. And
so Life 360 is an agent of the man.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Now, if you learned right here on Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure podcast that your insurance rates are being driven by following your children, you're welcome. Turn it off.
You turn it off.
You actually, with a follow-up on that, you can actually go into the settings and turn off the insurance reporting part. You can still have the function of Life 360, follow your family,
without
follow your
the big brother watching.
You can turn it off. So if you did not know that, very quickly, go turn it off. My opinion only.
Well, just to clarify, Ben's, we're broadcasting all over the ether and the universe here. My daughter is a very responsible young lady, very good driver. I'm quite sure she will be. Gets good grades, works really hard, does not use her phone or listen to the radio while she's driving. So take that, Mr. Insurance Company.
USAA.
Jake from State Farms is knocking on my door right now.
Anyways, figured I would share that good piece of knowledge with our leisure community. So, hey, listen, I happen to know your daughter. Not only do I know that she can definitely fight right back with you and give it right back to you, sir. Does seem like a very not only attractive young lady, but very, very smart, and I'm sure she'll do responsible things. That being said, she did make me breakfast with a single waffle maker, and I'm talking like stacks of waffles.
With the single. And that was hilarious. And there was a regular size waffle maker right there next to it, but she likes the little ones. And
you know what? I think it was
appreciate her dedication.
Customer service. She wanted some finite. I mean, those were boutique. I mean, special. Which we'll get into that later. So, but
handcrafted.
Handcrafted.
She could have charged you triple. We didn't charge you anything, but we could have charged you triple for that.
Remember those old infomercials where like, and a little dusting of powdered sugar and stuff. But yes, anyway, so good for Maya, and I'm sure she's doing great, and I'm sure it's you've had this this young lady who is slowly, very quickly, by the way, growing up. So I'm sure that's why you're opening whiskey.
I was going to say, let me pour another glass while you're sitting here like freaking me out. Thank you. I appreciate that.
What you got there tonight?
I've got a little Rieger's Kansas City style whiskey. That's right.
Very nice.
Made right here. Well, I shouldn't say right here, but made in Kansas City, Missouri, which you and I have partaked in many a time.
Absolutely. So
home of the 2-story slide.
I see. Also, we talk about Maya a lot, and Max. I do apologize. Mm-hmm. I see Max is starting year 2 of college.
He is starting year 2 of college. So
congratulations, buddy. I wish you a wonderful school year, Max. If you're listening, sometimes I know this show gets played in the family wagon. I don't know if you have a wagon, but it just sounded funny to say wagon. But so Max, buddy, good luck with year 2, my friend.
Now I'll make sure he listens to it because, man, Adam mentioned you. Adam, you got to listen to it. So
that's right.
So enough about me and my whole group here. How's things going with you? I understand you had a conference.
Yes,
another one conference. Like you ever do any work in an office. But
well, I do get teased by some of the employees. Oh, this is conference season. There's seasons, okay?
Season.
Yeah, this is conference season. Like we have in Michigan, we have winter, and there's barrel season, and barrels are on construction, and then we have for real. There's a lot of conferences, but yes, I was. What's
there to talk about? This is a road. This is a bus. We put the two together along with the driver. It transforms. We move these people from point A to point B. We probably throw in some Euler circuits for any of you math geeks out there that know what those are. And I mean, really, what's there to talk about? Don't be on your phone. Boom, right there.
Well,
I just condensed your entire conference down into 3 minutes.
I could have saved a boatload of time because I've been gone for 3 days. So 4 days. I left Sunday.
And there's a yellow Standee line. Don't let any
that's federal.
people stand in front of that. That's a federal.
Conference.
Yeah.
This was state, well, not a federal conference. So.
Well, still, doesn't hurt to remind people.
Let's see here. Let's answer your question truthfully and fairly. Well, first of all, I went to a place called Crystal Mountain. It is a ski and golf resort.
We've been by there on a bike ride.
We have. This is correct. And on Sunday night, I golfed with some vendors, which is always good because it's, even though it's fun and it's off hours, you're still chewing the cud about work. And so
but you're not buying anything.
Not on the, well,
you're not buying anything this year.
I did buy some stuff this year. I bought some digital signage at the beginning of the year with one of the vendors. So we used to we're going to be closed Memorial Day. And then we print out 35 pieces of paper and take Scotch tape, and you'd have layers and layers of Scotch tape all over the bus. And so we bought some fancy digital signage that we can change. And so that guy was there, and we golfed with him. And then another guy was there with us. And so that was Sunday night. And then Monday was the tournament, charity golf tournament, which supports the PAC for lobbying for public transit, and which sounds all good and fine, but we were golfing, let's be honest. Third place, 20 teams, third place right here, our team. So,
but you weren't first.
No, I wasn't first. I have
if you learned nothing from Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last.
No, if you're not first, you're third. No,
we're third. We're 2 away from first.
Listen,
it's like the reserve grand champion.
I'm not sure if anyone from the transit conference listens to this in our narcissistic podcast, but I'm just going to say it right here because it's our platform. And I can. I think there might have been some cheating.
Yeah. You know what? That's always what losers say. The other team cheated. The refs are no good. The refs were on the payroll. Come on.
So you're familiar.
You just lost.
You're familiar that par on many courses is like 76, 72, whatever, right?
It's about what I golf. Yeah. Okay. It's not even.
What do you golf for 18?
Multiply that by 2. Yeah.
I was going to say, what do you golf for 18? But these guys came in 17 under, and I'm like, oh, BS. Now, I know
maybe they're really good.
You don't golf a lot, but when you do this kind of conference, you play best ball, 4 guys, 4 guys. Then, by the way, there were some ladies. I do apologize. There were some ladies. 4 teammates hit, and then you hit the best ball. And there was mulligans that you could buy for supporting the PAC. And so each person could buy 4 mulligans or 16 mulligans for the thing. And so you could say, well, I mean, obviously, Adam, they did well. But now this is a difficult course that we played. For anyone in Michigan who's listening, we played the mountainside. Pretty difficult course. And so when they said 17 under, the whole room is grumbling, oh, baloney. And it's, but we shot a 60, and that was third place. And so, got a.
But maybe they just used all their mulligans.
We did too. We needed them. So
maybe their use of mulligans was just better than your use of mulligans.
Now, see, and then there's another part of me that says maybe they didn't cheat, because really all you get is, it's not like a real tournament where if you play with your buddies, it's like half the pot is $500. Well, yeah, this was, I mean, you win like a spider ring. You go to Showbiz, or I just dated myself. You go to Chuck E. Cheese, and it's like, oh, you got 100 tickets, a spider ring. All right. You just got first pick at the prize table. So there was some Pro V1 golf balls. And, but yeah, I mean, I won 2 boxes of balls, so that's good. I can lose those like I can lose any others. And I had a lot of fun. But then, Tuesday was, you asked the question, which was, what do we learn there? The state of Michigan gives its current update, and things do not look good. The federal government gave its update, and things didn't look good. And then on Wednesday, I actually, sir, have I was a presenter. I presented at a segment called Transit Software 101. And then my next segment was avoiding the pitfalls of RFPs or requests for proposals. So I know you can yawn all you want, but you asked a question. I'm answering the question.
That was more of a rhetorical question, but that's okay. I'm glad. And it sounds like they went well. I'm sure that's interesting stuff to transit professionals.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. And then I drove home.
Professional.
You're gonna see a common theme here. And then I drove home from my golf league. But no, besides that, life is good. Lauren is home, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law came in to visit, and so we've been pretty busy. So, but besides that, life is good, and school has started here, so traffic is taking a little bit longer, but that's just part of life. So.
Slow down for the buses.
Especially the yellow Standee line, my friend. But besides that, we've got a couple things. We have a few folks our friend Matt Robinson, even though it's a 2-word answer, 3-word, he said, "Ugh." But well done, and so he
guessed on last episode's listener spotlight, and although he had the right state, he had the wrong town.
That's correct. That's correct. We also heard a guess, which I'll wait, and you actually communicated with Michael Walco.
Why do you make that sound so surprised? You actually communicated with somebody.
Because I know your job is a little bit more hands-on, and you're unable sometimes during the day to jump on the old social. But this time, I saw that you were quick. You responded before I could get to it.
Yeah, I don't spend all my days at conferences and golf courses.
Someone's got to do it, brother. Someone's got to do it. So.
Fair enough.
Michael Walco says he was able to get 2 tickets for he and his son to the Freddie Johnson VIP tasting at Bourbon Country Burn.
Nice.
You and I were also able to get 2 tickets.
We did. So we'll have to hook up with them and sit at the same table and hear what Freddie's got to say for.
Absolutely. Michael says he's very excited. He's heard Freddie on some bourbon podcast, and he's awesome. And he really absolutely is. This is
fantastic speaker.
He says, I love his perspective on enjoying bourbon. Looking forward to it. By the way, he says, I credit, then he says in parentheses, or blame, LOL, your podcast for starting my modest bourbon journey. Hope to share the story with you when we're down in Kentucky. And then you obviously replied and said that we got tickets. So yes, this is our 3rd time that we're going to get to see Freddie. And so far, the 2 times that we saw him before were definitely different. And I look forward to possibly something even more different for us. And I'm sure every time he talks, my receptors are just high. His stories are just amazing. So I'm looking forward to that.
He's a great storyteller. It's going to be fun. I'm glad to hear some of the, some of our community out there will be in attendance. So it should be a good time. And hey, you will have a lot of opportunities to add to that modest collection of yours. Many opportunities. So.
For sure.
And
for sure. Okay. Now, we did receive a guess on your last listener spotlight.
Okay.
Would you like to give the clues first? But if you say yes to that, I have to be prepared.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your favorite segment, Listener Spotlight.
That's right. Let's look at the clues that I gave you last episode for the Listener Spotlight. The first white settlers moved into this area in the mid-1700s. The town was founded in the mid-1800s as a railroad station. It was a big railroad hub. 3 lines crossed into the downtown area. As usual, the town's name changed during the Civil War, and that was to honor a Confederate senator. And then after the war, they immediately changed it back. The history of this town includes organized crime, bootlegging, old-time music, and a soft drink. And my final clue was a trucker heading west was on his way to this town.
Okay. Well,
who guessed and what did they guess?
So Wade Paul, our friend of the show, he's guessed and replied and communicated with us many times, and we appreciate that. He says the answer is Johnson City, Tennessee. Has a history that dates back to 1769. Was founded in 1856 at the confluence of the three rail lines. Was named Haynesville in the Civil War in honor of Senator Landon Carter Haynes. Bootlegging and organized crime are in every Tennessee town in the area. Listen to the song Rocky Top, which is one of the most disturbing songs possibly to make, but has a killer refrain. Oh, sorry. But the soft drink history is Mountain Dew. The trucker heading west, it's a reference to the wagon wheel himself by Hootie himself, Darius Rucker. Johnson City, Tennessee, thanks for listening. Mic drop. Answer done. No, just kidding. I'm adding those last parts. So he does say Johnson City, Tennessee. Thanks for listening. On behalf of Adam
and Michael,
we both want to say thank you
for your support.
All right. He did his research, but you know what?
Oh, boy.
He is exactly correct. Johnson City, Tennessee.
I want you to know that Ed just heard that at 1.8.
Oh, there you go. A lot of fast clapping. Founded as a railroad station by Henry Johnson. Was in fact named for a Confederate senator, Haynesville, but then was changed back. Yeah, organized crime. It's actually rumored to be one of Al Capone's distribution centers. And Al Capone also maintained a luxury apartment in the county. Mountain Dew was created there in the 1940s, and that name was trademarked in 1948. And the truckers headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. Wagon wheel song. Now, one thing I will correct, Wade, is it is a Darius Rucker song, but, and you know this, it was somebody sang it before they did. Famously sang it. And I believe...
Medicine.
What's that?
Medicine.
Old Crow Medicine Show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Old Crow Medicine Show. Yeah.
They actually sang, it was probably sang a half a dozen times by other groups, but it's a remake, but it's a solid song. And you know what? When I gave you that, you immediately started thinking about songs, and I thought you were going to guess it right off the bat. Because you started, anytime I have musical references, you're like, so I was like, he's going to get it. And you didn't. So I just let it lie.
I used to love trivia shows where they would have like songs and phrases, and I always really enjoyed that. But anyways, we'd like to thank not only Johnson City, Tennessee listeners, but all listeners. Thank you so much. So
yes, appreciate it.
And that's been another episode of Listener Spotlight. Well, all right. We normally have an Armando segment. This one is quick. This one is short. Don't worry, Connie. We won't put you through a lot. But here it goes. Armando, I challenge you to come to Bourbon Country Burn. Thank you for listening.
Wow. I think he's thinking about it. So,
well, he is thinking about it. But speaking of Bourbon Country Burn, yes, that is our event that we are going to, and we're looking forward to that. We've got a couple things where you and I are going to do some distillery tours beforehand, during. Unfortunately, probably not after, because both of us will have to get back to the real life.
Think we can get if everything works out the way I think it's going to work, we're going to get 2 or 3 really good tours in.
Cool.
We can do some tastings in a couple different places that we haven't been before.
Nice.
And then we'll be able to enjoy everything the Bourbon Country Burn has to offer. So,
and possibly even ride the bike. I mean, oops. Sorry.
Oh, ooh. Shoulder. No. We will get on the bikes. I don't know how long I'll last, but we will get on the bikes and we will ride, because you can't go to a bike ride without riding a little.
So earlier we mentioned that Michael Walco got some tickets and we got some tickets, but what are we talking about? So the Bourbon Country Burn is not only a cycling event. It has wonderful campfires in the evening. It has bourbon tasting. It also has this little tent. I shouldn't say little, but it has this tent in the back of the property. And it got some fine tables and some lighting and a wonderful host. And there's some private VIP tastings. Now, I am going to have to cheat here just for 1 second here. But for Friday night, if you are going, they have the Whiskey Thief
in Haven Hill.
Okay, and Haven Hill. Now, Haven Hill is sold out at the time of this recording, but the Whiskey Thief Distillery, Liquid Gold and Lisa's Lore, is still available. And Saturday's event is Buffalo Trace with Freddie Johnson, which is currently sold out. But what's not sold out, and what I want to talk about, is we had a gentleman called Phil Collin from Phil Talks Whiskey on our show. No, not Phil Collin. It's not. You can feel it coming in the air tonight. No, wrong guy.
This is Whiskey Phil.
Phil Talks Whiskey, or Phil Collin, and he is going to have a tasting which is not sold out at the time of this recording. It's called the Kentucky Homecoming. It's global pours with local roots with Phil Talks Whiskey. And I won't yammer on the whole thing, but his point is he says, you may know that some of the bourbon basics, including the rule that by law that all bourbon must be distilled, aged, and bottled in, not Kentucky,
United
America.
States.
It is a misguided that it has to be in Kentucky. It's not. It just has to be in America.
70s and 80s, where Kentucky tried to it can only be made here. But
exactly. He said, but did you know that it doesn't always have to stay there? Now, you and I did know that, but did you ever wonder how the bottles that are made specifically by distilleries that are shipped to other places like Japan? I think the reason why Japan is first is because Blanton's is known to ship up a whole case of Blanton's to Japan. And for those of you on YouTube, give me a second.
And I will be, I'm really hoping he's going to have Blanton's Red, which is the Japanese version, for us to taste. Because I've never tasted it. You've got it right there in the box, because I believe your mother bought that for you for Christmas.
She did. My favorite mother, my only mother. And if anyone's never seen the bottle, I'll even go so far as to get the bottle out.
Can she adopt me and buy me a bottle of Blanton's from Japan?
She might. I mean, she does think the world of you. Although every now and then she still calls you Mike, and I always have to tell her.
That is fine with me.
So, this is a Japanese bottle of Blanton.
So the bottle looks exactly the same, except the horse is not running. The horse is just standing upright. It's like trotting, right?
That's right. But the finest bourbon in the world comes in a single barrel. And, of course, it has a final fancy tag here. And
right. So it's just like ours as far as the bottle looks, except the horse is only in one position. It doesn't have the full layout running thing.
It's just look closely for our YouTube friends.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like trotting. But the bag, I'm assuming, is different too.
Just a little velvet.
Okay, it's just a brown velvet bag, but the box is red.
That's correct. And so
we have actually visited Buffalo Trace on the day that they were boxing up Blanton's for Japan, because we stood in their little house there where they were boxing it all up, and it was all in the red boxes, and they had a big pallet there that they were loading up, and that was headed to Japan. So it was kind of cool.
So anyways, Phil, on his tasting, is going to be bringing some of those bourbons and talking about which ones go across the country and maybe come back. And so a lot of them do come back, and they come back on the secondary market, believe it or not. For those of you who are into bourbon and listen to us because of bourbon and leisure and not so much the cycling, you should know that a lot of the secondary market is these bourbons do get sent overseas, and then they make their way back to the United States. So
they also show up in the duty-free shops at the airports all over the world.
So if you see a Blanton's in a maroonish, reddish box like you're seeing on your screen, or you can see in your face and your ears,
that went to Japan.
This went to Japan, and my mother was traveling and took care of her favorite son.
She get it at the duty-free shop?
I believe she did. Yeah, they were traveling.
When you're traveling, you can generally find some decent whiskeys at decent prices at the duty-free shops. I mean, you have to be flying international, of course. But
last thing I'll say about
I'm looking forward to it. We've been to his talks 2 other years that we went. Very educational. The guy knows his stuff. In fact, we've actually had him as a guest on this show before. And our goal, hopefully, is to get him back on here to touch base, because he has a business, Phil Talks Whiskey. He doesn't just do, he doesn't just do, the Bourbon Country Burn. He does these special whiskey events all over, the Bourbon Trail type area, Lexington and Louisville and that kind of stuff, and is very knowledgeable, gives tours. He knows all the ins and outs about everything bourbon. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
What intrigued me about jumping in on both of those VIP tastings is he says, join us and cap off your Saturday evening with the burn with a fun event in our VIP tasting tent, and take advantage of your chance to try some whiskeys you're likely never had before, and you may never get a chance to try again. And I thought, that's intriguing. That's intriguing.
That's bold right there.
Yeah. So that is still available.
To see what he comes up with.
If you're looking to join us and you're coming down and you want some VIP, close out the night with us on Saturday, because that is, at the time of this recording, is still available. So
I think tickets are only like $70.
Yeah.
But it's like an hour-long talk. Last time I think he had, 6 different whiskeys to taste. And it was, he just flows with knowledge of whiskeys and bourbons, and it's really good.
I think Saturday is going to be a wonderful evening. So
it's really like a festival is what the whole evenings turn out to be at that ride.
It sure is.
Music, and there's all the tastings, and then the VIP experiences. And then, a lot of people wind back up at our campsite, and we're generally partaking in food and drinks. And so it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
Just as I always find, I think this needs to be said by you and I, because we've often wondered, hosted and willing to host you we rent one of the Kentucky Horse Park campground sites. Welcome to stay with us. If you're looking at a place to pop your tent up and sit around the fire, mi casa, su casa. We are happy to host. Just as a transparency, traditionally on Sunday morning, excuse me, I'm so sorry. On Sunday morning, you and I normally don't do a lot of riding and pretty much pack up and have to head out. And so if you are staying with us on Saturday night into Sunday, please understand that. Happy to have you. Welcome to join. But normally on Sunday, you and I are packing up.
Yeah, we generally have to get get rolling at a pretty good hour. But even if you don't want to stay there, they do provide camping for the Bourbon Burn participants. It's a little off to the side. You're certainly welcome to come over and hang out with us either evening. Well, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So, it's there. The invitation's out.
Did you see on the social media the announcement from our good friends from Georgia?
I did not. Got to be honest with you.
Guess if you are a Georgia fan or people who may or may not have been to a little known ride called Bragg, they are bringing the Bragg bus, and Bragg is going to have a showing in Kentucky. And so I believe, just to set the level straight, I believe Stephanie is bringing the bus. I don't think the man, the myth, the legend himself is going to be there, but I believe Stephanie is bringing the bus, and Bragg is going to have a showing in Kentucky.
That is awesome, because that's a ride that they have not had a showing at. There's been a lot of people that we've ran into, ourselves included, who have ridden Bragg, who show up there and ride that ride. So this will be cool. So, so Stephanie will be bringing the Bragg bus, and that'll be fun. Be good to see Stephanie. She's the one doing all the heavy lifting anyway. So,
I hope she's setting up that big red tent.
That's right.
I want her out there with the hammer. I've been working.
By the way, our stickers on their the pole of their big red tent.
I know. I saw that when you put that on there. So,
well, the other people had their stickers on there. I thought, well, why should we be left out?
All right, let's move this can down the road. Kick. You said you had something cool, and I'm all ears.
The other day, I was looking at our logos. We have two of them. Actually, we have more than two, but we were looking at the original. I was looking at the original Cycling Man of Leisure logo. And for any of you that have seen it, it's this guy in kind of 1920s work dress apparel riding a bicycle. We then produced the Cycling Women of Leisure, which is a lady dressed in, kind of the dress of the times of the 1920s, riding a bicycle as well. And a couple of years ago, we affectionately named the guy Otis and the woman Mary. So we got Otis and Mary.
This is what you do when you pedal hundreds of miles and you have nothing else to talk about. You name fictional characters in your logos.
We did do that. We did do that along the road. It's okay. We got to run out of things to talk about in, 85-mile ride. You start. What should we name them? So they're named Otis and Mary. And I was thinking, it's the logos that we have are very 1920s. It gives you the 1920s. It kind of sounds like you should be hearing, piano playing and that type of thing. I was thinking if we were cycling men of leisure or just men of leisure in the 1920s, what would be different? And I know, the bikes would be different and our clothes would be different. You wouldn't be running transportation and I wouldn't be a business architect. But I started thinking about language, the words that we use. How would we be talking in the 1920s if we were men of leisure? So I did some research.
Okay.
And I compiled a list of words that were hugely popular in the 1920s that most of them you do not hear in use today. So I thought I would discuss and share some of those with you.
Okay.
Are you ready? This one you probably heard before. Bee's knees or the cat's pajamas.
Now, I've definitely heard, not only bee's knees, you're the bee's knees, but I've also seen in bar, speakeasy bars, speakeasy in 2020, 2021, 2023, 2025, but beer's knees, which is kind of taking a play off of the bee's knees.
Yes. Well, we're not talking about the drink here. We are talking about the term, and really bee's knees and cat's pajamas are kind of the same. They really refer to something or someone who is excellent or extraordinary. So let me just say right now, Adam, you are the cat's pajamas.
Meow. Oh, wait, that's...
No. Oh,
that's not exactly what
yeah,
you
let's
meant.
stop that right now.
I wonder why they got that. The cat's pajamas. That's
The
interesting.
bee's knees. Bees don't have knees. Cats don't wear pajamas. I don't know.
This is what they did when they pedaled 85 miles.
On those one-speed bikes. Let's come up with some new words for things. How about giggle water?
Well, that's kind of, I mean, because of Harry Potter, I would, that'd be an alcoholic drink or like a vodka or something like that.
It's an alcoholic beverage during Prohibition. Glad rags. Go put on your glad rags.
Was that like dancing outfit?
Those are actually clothes made out of trash bags. No, I'm
For real? Oh,
you know, the glad bag. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, glad rags are. Sorry. Fancy clothes worn to a party or a social event.
Okay.
How about applesauce?
Gladlock. Just kidding. Applesauce?
Yeah, applesauce.
Applesauce. Well, wait a minute. When we used to own an apple orchard, like a
It's not the stuff that comes in a jar you buy at the grocery store.
No. I'm thinking like bowler hats and stuff like that.
Applesauce is basically just nonsense.
Oh,
Nonsense stuff.
well, I'm pretty good at that.
Know your onions.
Know your onions.
That's right. Adam, know your onions.
Is that like know what you do that's not good, or know your weaknesses?
No, it's to be knowledgeable or well-informed.
Oh, God.
Adam, you know your onions about transportation.
Well, yes, sir. Michael needs to stay behind the yellow Standee line.
Well, and to that I say all wet. Adam is all wet, meaning incorrect or mistaken.
All wet is in, oh, wow, okay.
Here's one I thought was weird. Don't worry for nothing.
Don't worry for nothing.
Adam, don't worry for nothing. Now, this one is weird because it means to be completely ignorant. John, don't worry for nothing.
Like, don't worry about stuff you don't really know about.
So, that was weird. Now, here's one you do know. Juice joint.
Oh, yeah. This is like a speakeasy. This is like back, you open the closet door and everyone's back there having some bourbon, playing some poker, smoking cigars, listening to jazz music.
By the way, remind me, Lexington, we need to check out. They have a speakeasy there that literally you walk into a room and it's this little tiny room and it looks like a library. And you got to find the little button and push the button before they let you in.
Oh, let's do that.
Got to do that. Anyway, I digress. And how?
And how?
Yes.
Like, hey, Jim, and how are you? No.
No, and how. It just means I strongly disagree. And how.
I could see that.
Sorry. I strongly agree.
Oh, strongly agree.
Yeah. I that doesn't really, I don't know. Swag.
Like junk? Like
no, it's
giveaway.
Actually back in the day meant stolen goods or loot.
Oh, I love it. I love how
that brings a new meaning to swag bag.
100 years later, it's like, how you got any swag? No, you're not going to steal it from me, buddy.
Now, I'm sure you heard this a lot when you were dating back in the day. Banks closed.
Banks closed?
That means no kissing. Banks closed.
Oh, I love it.
Galoot means an awkward person.
Huh.
Ducky is very good.
Ducky it's very good.
Very good. Now, I hope you didn't hear anybody say this about you when you were dating. Man, Adam was a flat tire.
Like a bad kisser?
No, we can move along. Why? I'm not even going to break into analyzing why you immediately went to that, but I'm sure there's some issues you should probably take out with a therapist there.
Well,
but
first of all, I didn't think it was going to be anything else. So.
No, it means A dull-witted, disappointing date. A flat tire.
Okay.
A hay burner. That is a gas-guzzling car. Or could also be a horse that you lost money on at the track. Hay burner. Here's one we still actually is still in circulation. Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
Which is bootleg liquor. Joe. They used that back then for coffee. This is what you need to say more of when we go out checking out bars and things. Set up the crowd.
Take care of buy everyone's drinks.
Absolutely. Pay for all the drinks. Now you're on the trolley. That means now you get it. Well, Adam's finally on the trolley.
Finally. Took for only 49 years.
Swanky.
I'd say that's like fancy dressing up.
Swell.
Horrible, bad liquor.
No, that would be swill.
Oh.
Swill is bad liquor. This is swell, which just means wonderful. Hey, how's your day? Swell. And gimlet. Don't let anybody call you a gimlet because that just means you're a chronic bore. The other one that I really like is moxie. We need to bring that word back.
Moxie?
Yeah, you got moxie.
Moxie.
I mean, determination, perseverance, courageous spirit. You show moxie. I think we need to work that in on a Cycling Man of Leisure t-shirt somewhere. We've got moxie. Cycling Men of Leisure.
I love it.
Yeah. So there we go. I just went down that rabbit hole one day and was like, that's interesting. Some of them are still around. Others you're not going to have ever heard. Let's hope not. Don't let your wife tell you the bank's closed.
My gosh, I hope not. I mean, I'm broke. No, I'm just kidding.
Bank's closed.
The bank is closed. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate you bringing that. Well, I think that brings us to the closing episode of Listener Spotlight.
All right. This episode's Listener Spotlight clues are as follows. The original name, of course, it changed its name like every town did. The original name was in honor of a railroad employee. Its current name was inspired by a European leader. The city zoo started out as a rescue organization. The community is surprisingly bright. Famous explorers passed through this area. The city played a significant role in ending World War II. And an Art Deco building, a landmark in the city, it's a building, it's Art Deco in design, holds a record. And there you go.
Well, sir, thank you for that. Do you know what Alex Bell, Dennis Keeler, Scott Garwick, and Joe Grammer have in common?
3 guys who I went to high school with.
And one who was with them, because there's 4 guys that I mentioned. But Alex Bell, Dennis Keeler, Scott Garwick, and Joe Grammer are supporters of the show. And we want to personally thank you for that. Thank you for helping us kick this show and keep it alive. And thank you very much. We do appreciate your support. You can be like those guys by going to cyclingmenofleisure.com, and you can definitely check it out there and figure out a couple different ways if you're looking to support the show. We want to personally thank you all. Thank you for everyone who takes the time to write us. Mm-hmm. And somewhere, somehow, some way, pretty soon, for you, sir, since I know it's getting a little bit better slowly. It will be a great day for a bike ride. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming along with Adam and Michael on Road Adventures with Cycling Men of Leisure. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe to the show on the podcast app of your choice.
Hey, we just wanted to remind you that we've got some really cool products at our jersey and our swag store.
That's right. You can visit cyclingmenofleisure.com. At the top of the page, you'll find our stores page. Click there. There's 2 QR codes. The one on the left has a J on it. That's the store for the jerseys. The one on the right is just a swag store. Has all kinds of different items. Kind of customizable. You can kind of make the swag the way you want it. If the QR codes are giving you an issue, don't worry. Underneath, there's 2 buttons that you can click on. Thank you, and have a great day.